I suffered from absolute painfulest writer's block. And I had to really get very clear about what exactly is stopping me, because I think we call the resistance that our body puts up in front of us, we give it a name. We say, oh, this is a writer's block. But I feel that every person's reason is different. So what is it that's stopping you? What is it that I was asking myself, like, what is it that's stopping you from writing? And what I became aware of is that I kept comparing myself to great authors of the books that I thought were admirable and fantastic and very intelligent and usually very big. What I've also realized is that subconsciously I was expecting myself to write a War and Peace kind of a material. Do you know what I mean? And it really took me some time to become clear that this is what I was doing to my poor self. Like I was trying to pretend that I have to be like that. And because I felt like I wasn't, that's why all the resistance was happening. And so at some stage I've allowed myself to write a completely different book, and maybe even a book that's never really existed before. But it was a really huge leap for me when I said, do you know what? I'm a weirdo, but why can't I have a book that I would like? Like, surely if I'm like that, maybe there's at least one or two people out there who might be like me and they might find it useful. Maybe they do not want to read a huge book. Maybe they're looking for something small and easy to digest. So yeah, it was like that.
Well, thank goodness you gave yourself permission, because what you've written here is the book that only you can write. And that does not make it unimportant. That makes it incredibly important in the scheme of things. And do I resonate with your story, or do I resonate? My first book, which is called Thriving Midlife, took me 5 years to write. And that is a book, it's a 30,000 word book that really, certainly, given my skill level back there was nothing wrong with my writing. I could write, I could put a sentence together. It was a lot to do with what my current book is all about, which is called Mindset for Authors: How to Overcome Perfectionism, Procrastination and Self-Doubt. And in fact, the book that I was comparing mine to was written, it was stopping me from writing it for the best part of 5 years, and there's a lot more to it than what I'm about to say. But the book that I was comparing myself to, and how far I had put the bar above my head that I had to jump over, was a book called The Wisdom of Menopause. It's a book that's about this thick, it's like a brick, and it was written by a gynecologist called Christiane Northrup. Now, she had worked in the area that she was writing about for decades. She was an expert, she was a medical specialist, and here was I trying to live up to those kind of expectations. Now, the book that I wrote, it was a very different kind of book. It was the book that only I could write. So more power to you though, Ali. You found that place, you found the voice, and you did it.